Hey, what is up? This is Kristof from Budapest, Hungary, and this is the third video of the series How I Won KBB. On the previous videos, we talked about my seeding round, we talked about the wildly unpopular That's Life round, and now we're going into Wake Up, which is one of my, not necessarily favorites, but one of the ones that I'm really proud of, and I'll explain why, and I'll explain what just happened, what did I do, and kind of how. So let's dive into it. But before that, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like this video. Let's go.
In 3, 2, 1,
Beatbox. Let's go. About this already I can tell there's a lot going on in the helix. I use a trigger of, I used a delay to create the note, then obviously pitched it, formed it with a lot of effects, and added some delay and reverb textures right after it. Then I added on the MK2 an oscillator bot, which is giving you the top melody. So right off the bat, I just start the song, nothing even happened, and I have kind of a sense of harmony, and I have a lead melody sound and a vibe already. So that's one of the reasons I'm really proud of this, because I tried a lot and this idea came to me like, yeah, the reverb is kind of a sustained sound, so the oscillator bot should kind of pick up on it and continue the melody, right? And right, it's right. So that's why. And also, if you listen for the melody, it's 5 against 4. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just goes, I think 5 or 7, I don't even remember. I just know that I wanted to create this weird feeling, so I was like setting the oscillator bot to 5 or 7/8, we'll see, but it's gonna move against the 4/4 all the time. So it's creating this illusion of twisted time and space. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Yeah, 5. Killer bass drum. The crashes again. And the bass. I'm so sad about this bass. I wanted to give it a bigger role, to be honest. But you're gonna hear this bass now and not ever again in this routine, I think. But still, I was so proud of this bass and I wanted to give it bigger role, but it just didn't hit that much enough. You need to evaluate as a musician. Okay, I like this, but do the song really needs this way? Or do I have a different solution which is maybe better for this situation? And my completely honest answer was yes, there's a better solution. So I just used it as a verse, and the placement of the bass here is really important. It's really like syncopated. It's where you don't really expect it. I really wanted to bring this feeling of like spooky, uncertainty, groovy kind of thingy. Yeah.
It's a constant hallucination.
Sound design on my voice.
Close your eyes and wake up.
Yeah. Again, if you don't get the lyrics, because I saw some comments like, what the f***, it doesn't make sense. If you close your eyes, how you wake up? Bro, you're serious? I just had to let this out because in the comments I don't go into war because, there's no comment where that one could win. Bro, oh my god, I saw so many comments about even this. Like, what the hell? So close your eyes, like turn inside in your mind and wake up in your mind. So if you didn't get the lyrics is, life is a constant hallucination, right? It's like the Matrix, the movie, right? So close your eyes and wake up here. Once you liberate your thoughts, your real life can begin. Close your eyes and wake up. That's the lyrics. If you have any problems,
Then close your eyes and wake up.
just kidding. Yeah.
Once you liberate your thoughts, your real life can begin.
I really try to use this spooky robot voice, so I speak a little bit higher,
But the effect is making it a little bit lower.
and also I try to speak in like not one pitch but like this robotic pitch
Close your eyes and wake up. Once you liberate your thoughts, your real life can begin.
You know, just these little things, I put so much effort that I have to talk about it. And again, if you worried about me stopping the video, go watch the original video right here. Now we are analyzing and learning, and let's go.
Close your eyes and wake up.
And the whispering cannot, the whisper is so spooky. And watch that track 5. Watch track 5.
Close your eyes and wake up.
No, watch track 4, sorry.
Close your eyes and wake up.
Ugh. That bass, I love that bass. It's so, it's like pulling and it's having the wobbles, it's having that reverb tails that it's giving that spookiness. And on track 4 I have the bass, but I don't have time to actually delete it. So what do? Holy shit, I do overdub mode replace. So it makes it tricky, but experiment with that. That's crazy shit. As you can see, that layer contained my previous bass, which I didn't have time to delete and record, so I just did the replace not to waste any time and still do the transition from bass to bass. And obviously again, the oscillator bot is coming back on the drop layer, but this time I think it's playing 7. You can count it, we can count it. But the idea again is to bring the same thing that I did in the verse, but give it a twist and making it faster and still give this endless time kind of thing. Because when 4 goes against 5 or 7, it's got this funny thing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, it's kind of cinematic approach. A lot of music scores using this idea of like polyrhythmic. That's the word if you want to learn about it. Polyrhythms. And if you want to learn about the other thing that is really cool, and I teach it in my YouTube tutorials, which you should totally check out. There's a playlist there. I talk about polymetrics also, but that's different. Let's see. Variation on the drop. And we're coming with the craziest things ever. Sure. Oh, I love this so much. This is so cinematic. Like, you know, the Transformers are coming to your planet and like as they are landing. So again, as you saw it, I use the track effects knob, but I tweak actually the input effects knob because I'm giving an input sound, an input bass, which is getting manipulated with a lot of effects. But the main idea is like a tremolo, I think. Yeah, a tremolo. And tweak it from really fast to really slow. You know, and then at the same time I do the pitch with my voice. So a lot of things going on there and actually more effects happening. But the main idea is that these big changes at the same time is creating like wow, you know, this love this moment. I prepared it so much. I had to work on it so much because still the Helix is not a synth. You can do this in a synth, you know, you work 20 minutes and you get perfect whatever you want. But on a Helix, it's different. It took me a while to get there. Okay, more effects over my bass effects, and you can see my foot that with my foot I'm changing textures and changing texture with my mouse, and I have some extra effects on the input effects, so yeah.
Close your eyes and wake
Space.
Close your eyes and wake up.
Drop it! See, in my seeding round we had a big build up for the drop, and here I decided to not to do the same. I decided to use the other way around kind of approach, which was to create space. You know, it can really suck you in, you know, because it was so full, then it's just getting emptier and emptier, and it's like, Close your eyes and wake up, you know? So let's see this one more time real quick.
Wake up. Close your eyes and wake up.
And bam! The contrast from nothing to max. Again, see the textural changes on my foot, feet. And we're back. So I really loved this idea of connecting the two drops via that fast, you know, that arpeggiated melody. This way they have a connection, yet they are totally different. And then I had this idea to create an infinite riser, which is just keeps evolving over the drop. But also you have to realize really soon that the drop is gonna change when I start the riser. So the effect is double. You have a new sound which is continuously rising, but under that, the bass structure, the bass pattern, basically, and the bass texture also, it's changing. So I change more than one element at the same time, so it sounds more like a song, not just a loop. That's important. Here we come. With the changed up pattern, and we're gonna have one more change up, I think. Here we go with the next change. But at the end of the day, you just hear a big bunch of shit coming at you and just rising and rising. Holy shit, what the fuck was that? Bro, voice break. Oh my god, come on! And that's it. And with the twist effect. So the riser actually, sorry for the voice break and my outburst. The rise is actually came from the helix. And again, bullshit of bullshit that you cannot do a riser as long as you want it in the helix. So I had to be tricky and check my foot. It's always hitting the next stage of the rise, because otherwise the rise would be too short. So I had to overcome these bullshit, stupid obstacles, and then I'm gonna hit the twist. There's the twist turning in, which is actually getting the feedback. And as you can see, with one finger I hit the all start stop button, so everything stops, and I hit the twist button, but not the reverb or delay at the end after the twist. So the twist turns off, it's doing, you know, it's getting down, but the reverb and the delay is just giving that tail, so it's becoming like a satisfying ending.
And that's time.
And that's time. So yeah, I'm really proud of this routine because I put a lot of thought into this one. And I can tell you that how I prepared for this and mostly all of the battles, that I listened to a lot of music. And I trying to get inspired, getting into the zone, getting into that, like, you know, when you listen to music and you're like, whoa, you know? And then I started to sit down and trying to compose, and I recorded whatever I liked. I re-listened it. Sometimes I recorded to the computer, listened to it while running or while whatever I did, while washing the dishes or whatever. And I start to keep on brainstorm to what else can I improve here? What else can I add? Oh, this would be cool. And then when I had the idea, that was the easy part, kind of. It wasn't easy, but that was the easy part, because then I had to somehow get Helix plus MK2 to do that. Because again, with a synth, I can do crazy shit really easily because it's made to be easy. But Helix is not a synth. It's a guitar effects processor, so you have to find your way around it. You have to combo effects. You have to combo snapshot switches, like the example of the riser, that I had to figure out that I want that long of a riser. How could I do that? The way I did it is that I had to divide the whole octave rise into some parts, because even with the longest settings, it would have been too short. So weird stuff, but the point that I'm trying to get through is to start with an idea, then get a way to do it. And that way you're gonna make music and not just a bunch of noise. And this is the perfect ending for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you next time when we're gonna dive into my toughest battle of all time against Joshua. I felt really worried in that battle. Joshua is crazy, PsN was crazy also, but somehow I just had a feeling like against Joshua, what could I bring? What could I do? What new can I bring? Because my different things, different genres, you know, I had a really dark one, I had a really soft one, you know, against PsN, I had the seeding round, which was pretty epic and big. What else can I bring? So these were my questions, and you'll see how I answer them when I explain how I won KBB 2021 in the next video. See you then.